Hello beauties, welcome back to the Black Bell. I'm Deja, and I like books. Okay, I'm standing up today. I don't know, I better stop moving. Okay, I'm standing up today. I don't know how this is gonna go. I'm a little hyperactive. I like to move. I don't like really sitting still. So we're gonna see how this goes. But today I thought let's, talk to the non-readers out there who want to become readers or want to join our community. Let's give them some love. And now let's give them some book recommendations. So my friend literally told me, recommend me small books. And I'm like, done. So I have 5 young adult books here to recommend to all, non-readers out there. And they're all kind of different. I just picked them randomly off my shelf. I was like, oh, skinny book. And I've read them all, so I can say with certainty that I enjoyed them for the most part. So I just want to say that all these books are less than 300 pages, so they're really they're tiny books. Let's just get into them. Let me just recommend you the first book. So the first book I like to read is also the one I read the longest time ago, and that is Looking for Alaska by John Green. This book had me crying in my junior year religion class. I don't know what class was, probably morality, but this was more important. Okay, so Looking for Alaska is about a boy named Pudge. His name is Miles, but everybody calls him Pudge, even because he's super skinny. Ironic. So it's about this boy named Miles who is obsessed with famous people's last words. And that's kind of all he has going for him, which is kind of pathetic, but that doesn't matter, and he feels like his life is going nowhere, even though he's only 17, 16. But that all changes when he goes off to Culver Creek boarding school, where he meets the Colonel, Takumi, and Alaska Young. Alaska, yes, the namesake of the book, and Alaska Young leads Miles into the great perhaps, and everything changes. This book is a 4 out of 5 star read for me. Like I said, sobbing in the back of Christian morality with no shame. This book is so good. Less than 300 pages, very emotional and very fast paced. And the characters are lovable. You get a boarding school. There's people who live in the boarding school. They're the poorer people, and then there's day campers or whatever they're called. They're the rich students who just come and stay for the week, but leave for the weekend back to their rich families and stuff. But so their crew is a part of the people that stay there, and they're ragtag, and it's just so good. And I say read it. I picked this book up not because it's similar to Looking for Alaska, but now that I think about it, it kind of is. But I picked it up because I gave it a 5 out of 5 star read, and it was funny as hell, and it was sad as hell, and it was quick as hell. And that is A Short History of the Girl Next Door by Reck. This story was so cute. I loved it. It was so good. I was interested the whole time. It's literally, guys, less than 300 pages, like I promised. The story follows a boy named Matt who is in love with his best friend Tabby, the girl who lives directly across the street from him. They've known each other since they were in elementary school, of course. Oh my gosh, I just friends to lovers is one of my favorite tropes, just because it's realistic, and you know everything about me, and you see them one day and everything just clicks, it's them. So that kind of happens to Matt in this story. When we step in, he's already in love with her, okay, deeply. But she is a part of the family. Tabby is a part of the family. She's not just Matt's. She is all of theirs. They've known each other since they were very young, because Tabby's father is a single dad. Which also, yes, things get really, really complicated when on the first day of high school for them, a senior boy, seniors and freshmen, okay. So Tabby meets a friend, and her older brother, Branson is his name. So Branson steps into the picture, and of course Tabby falls in love with him. Boosh, there's the story. Oh, also Matt loves basketball, and Branson is the captain of the varsity basketball team. I'll sprinkle that in there, okay? This book was funny as hell. Matt is so funny. But he's also super emotional. You can tell he's a 15-year-old boy, and he has a best friend who's funny as hell too. I can't remember his name. It was just overall such a good story. Secondary characters and supporting characters, the parents and the grandparents in this story. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. But yes, pick it up, because this book was a 5 out of 5 star read for me, you guys. This is a good one. The third book I have to recommend Third book I have to recommend is Dear Martin by Nick Stone. Yes, Martin Luther King Jr. This story follows a boy named Justice, with a Y, not an I. He has started a project to be more like Martin. And one way he does this is he starts writing letters to Martin Luther King Jr., telling him about everything that's happening in his life and like just kind of talking to him, talking to him. He's not gonna respond, but whatever. But we actually get like the letters that Justice sends to Martin, obviously. That's kind of like the pretense of what's happening inside the book. But the back of the book says, Justice is a good kid, an honor student, always here to help a friend. So why is he the one in handcuffs? Dear Martin touches on the subject of police brutality and bias that happens with cops in the Black community. This story opens up on Justice trying to help his mixed ex-girlfriend. She's a light-skinned Black girl. She's drunk, and he's trying to help her into her car, and a cop pulls up on them and assumes that he's, stealing her car, harassing her in some way, and basically pushes his face in the dirt and handcuffs him with a no questions asked stone grab straight from reality, straight from the news, probably straight from looking out the window. So the book kind of follows like Justice trying to figure out like how can he be more like Martin? Things like this are still happening to him. He's trying to grapple being angry for what happened to him, but also trying to take Martin Luther King Jr.'s approach of peace, holding in there, being the bigger person and whatnot. Oh, this is good. I didn't even see this, but the tagline says, "Free at last, dream on." Damn, okay. I ended up giving Dear Martin a 4 out of 5 stars. This book is actually barely 200 pages, you guys. This is actually an excellent book to start in, especially if you want to talk about the real stuff, but also taking a light approach, male POC point of view, which I enjoy. Because I am already female POV, so the male POV is always a hit for me. I also really liked the romance in the story and the friendship in the story. The secondary characters, again, were it, and something happens in the story that I wasn't really expecting, and that just elevated the story to a whole nother level. So I'm picking up the sequel soon. Hopefully we can buddy read it if you get to this one as fast as you can. Alright, 4th book on the list is one with the drawings, you guys. It has actual pictures in the book. It's gonna be Your Welcome Universe by Whitney Gardner. So this is a story that I gave, I think, a 3 out of 5 stars, which is a solid book, you guys. That's a good book. It follows Julia, a deaf teenage girl who is expelled from her school after her best friend rats her out for graffitiing over slander about her best friend, which y'all anyway, well, Julia is a graffiti artist. She's also deaf, and she is sent to a hearing school after being expelled from her deaf school. So she is thrown into this new world where people don't understand her and don't even try to understand her, and the only outlet she has is her art. She is a graffiti artist illegally, you guys. This is illegal, but she really does not care. She about that life. She likes to tag things, and it's working. Like, letting her anger and her emotions out through art is working until somebody starts tagging her tags, and she is like, oh hell no, that can't happen, and it basically starts a graffiti war. So not only does Julia have to juggle this new school with potential new friends, working at a fast food place with her backstabbing ex-best friend, and battling with this new graffiti artist while trying to hide it from her loving moms. It's just a lot, and it was really good. I love the art style, by the way. The art is really nice. Like, you get to see her art. It's cool. It's a nice reading experience, and it has ASL rap, so handle it. And the last book I have is Wink Poppy Midnight by April Genevieve Tucholke. I don't know her last name, but this has an unreliable narrator and absolutely no backstory to it whatsoever. Like, you have to go in not knowing anything. All I can tell you is that these are the names of the characters, the 3 main characters, Wink, Poppy, and Midnight. It's told from the 3 different point of views. There's a definite mystery in there, and a bit of a love triangle, if you can believe it. But it says, 2 girls, 1 boy, 1 summer. One bad thing, what really happened. Someone knows, someone is lying. So it's kind of all over the place, but it says, a hero, a villain, a liar. Who's who? So that kind of is what the whole story is about. You're kind of figuring out, like, what the hell is going on here. It just has, like, spooky vibes to it. So I say if you're going to pick it up, do it in October. But I did not read it in October, and I still enjoyed it quite a bit. This one, I think I gave it 3.5 out of 5. No, I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars. Because I did enjoy it. And I teared up a little. Scared. Like, it wasn't, like, scary, but it was creepy. And I liked that. I liked a little dash of Spooky. So those are really tiny reads for people who are just trying to get into reading, for, you know, trying to experience, see if they like it, if they want to dip their toe into this little obsession. I hope you guys do check them out and enjoy them. If you've read any of them, you already know what to do. Let me know in the comments and let's gush about them together, or we can, you know, rant about them if you guys didn't like them that much. I have no problem listening to your problems with my favorite books. All in all, I love you lots. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you soon. Bye, beauties.